classroom. It's February 8th, 2022, and today we're gonna go tap ourselves some sugar maples. Choosing a tree. First off, you want to make sure that you definitely have a sugar maple. Sugar maples have the highest concentration of sugar. It takes 40 gallons of sap to boil it down to get one good solid gallon of maple syrup. So that's why it's so pricey, but it has a beautiful content of actually vitamins and minerals in it as well, which I'll share with you later. Also, you'll want to choose days that, like right now, we are sunny. We have a series, when we're looking out at the 10-day forecast, we have a series of multiple sunny days, well over above freezing during the day and just barely below freezing or below freezing at night. And that above freezing, below freezing consistently with some sunny days really helps get their sap flowing. You can identify by the leaves and by its orientation of its limbs. We'll cover that later, but choosing a tree, you'll definitely want to tap a tree that is at least greater than 10 inches at DBH. DBH stands for diameter at breast height. So at about this height, you want that tree to have a diameter of at least 10 inches to tap so that you're not hurting that tree as you're sucking its sap away from itself. Here's a maple leaf, or at least part of it, and as you can see, these are called the lobes, and this here area is called the sinus. And on sugar maples, typically their lobes, or I'm sorry, their sinuses are like round shape instead of pointed down, and you can think of that as like a sugar bowl, rounded like a sugar bowl for the sugar maples. And Granite is going to display the orientation of their limbs. On maples, their limbs and leaves are opposite of each other. Granite, if your body was a limb, how are the leaves oriented? Show us with your arms.
Maple opposite each other?
Mm-hmm.
This?
Okay, and alternate, which is other species, is like that. Yeah, okay? Off-centered like that, but opposite is straight across from each other, and that's what all the limbs up here and the leaves orientation for maples are. Maple, ash, and dogwood, mad trees, are opposite, along with buckeyes, so mad bucks. So equipment we're using. We are actually, to collect our sap in, we started back in the day with just gallon containers, like gallon plastic jugs that we were using, and we found that we had to collect it way too fast. So we're actually have upgraded to food grade 5-gallon buckets that were reused from a local restaurant that they have used, and we've taken it off their hands, cleaned it out really good, so the smell or odor of whatever food was in there, in this case soy sauce, we cleaned it out really good, and then drilled a hole in the top of the lids to keep debris and insects out. And then we have these plastic taps and a food grade hose that is definitely good and clean, so we're not injuring the tree as we put it in, and we use a nice soft rubber mallet to hammer it into the hole. These holes require a 5/16 bit, and Granite's going to drill the hole for you.
So from last year's tap, you don't want to put it like right in line or right above. You want to put it over and up or over and down, and that way you'll get the most sap and it'll keep the tree's veins better. So the drill setup we have is we have the head, and we have this 5/16 bit size that we're going to be using to drill into the tree. And if you can see, we have this mark here. This mark is actually set to where it's just barely long. It's got like a centimeter from the tip of the plug to the end of the hole. That is if it goes all the way in, which I severely doubt we'll be able to get it all the way in. But if you can also see, it's slightly tapered, and the reason of that is so that the sap can flow around it and then into it. And it has these little grooves here to hold it in. But let's get it drilled in. And again, we're not going to go past this line. And we're going to put it up at an angle so it actually flows down into the extractor. And that 20-degree angle, whatever you want to call this. So I just drilled the hole in at a slight angle, and
it's already dripping. Look at that, it's already dripping, flowing sap. Go.
Now we just hope that that's full in 5 days.
So for fun, I know I said earlier only sugar maple, but we're gonna tap this black maple as well. You can easily tell it's a black maple because of its bark at the base. It's very, very black at the base. And also our local sapsucker, the yellow-bellied sapsucker, likes to take advantage of the black maples because black maples seem to flow faster with a lot more sap than our sugar maples. I don't know if this is a regional thing, but this produces so much sap really fast, but it has lower sugar content than the sugar maples. Regardless, we're gonna tap it. Look how much sap flowing out of there. Look at that, it's just flowing, flowing, flowing. And that's why the sapsucker can take advantage of it because insects come to it and they take advantage of eating the insects that drink off the sap. And they drink the sap as well. Here. Look at that flow. Don't put it on your mouth.
Come on.
There we go.
Tasty.
You can actually taste the sugar a little bit. We've been tapping this black maple for years just to get more sap, even though its sugar content is lower. So this is our double tapper tree because she has a big enough diameter.
Yep. And then we have another one down here. That's actually right next to the beautiful bulbous, which is frozen over right now.
And as you can see, when a sugar maple gets much more mature, it has these vertical furrows up its bark like that.
Yeah, be quiet. Put it right over here. Listen to this. Can you hear it? We can hear it.
That's
it's
a fast drip.
That's what this tree does.